Former President Jimmy Carter had a strong belief
that peace is worth getting your hands dirty.
Through the Carter Center, he rolled up his sleeves to fight neglected diseases with efforts to end river blindness and guinea worm in the Americas and Africa.
How many on your voters?
Carter waged peace by preventing and resolving conflicts. He often spoke his mind, never shying away from injustice.
That is a rare opportunity for someone to really speak with from a very respected position and be listened to by a broad audience, but also to say what he feels needs to be said.
Carter believed you can't make peace only talking to friends. The Carter Center quickly became a neutral third party in diplomatic relations. Carter dared to speak with Palestinian Islamic group Hamas when others wouldn't.
Talking to someone doesn't necessarily mean that you like what their ideas that they espouse.
He would meet with anybody in the cause of peace for other people. And I think that's another value that we've drawn from him is we will talk to anybody if it will help the people we're seeking to help.
He is our secret ingredient. He's an icon, irreplaceable, and the access that he provides is very, very important.
Dr. Frank Richards spent time on the ground with Carter in Africa.
Hi, everyone.
He says Carter knew they couldn't begin to eliminate diseases without engaging politicians and diplomats.
And President Carter negotiated what was called the guinea worm ceasefire. And he basically got people to put their guns down for a period of time so that the program could get set up. And I really believe that from that ceasefire, the dialogue began.
But he was also approachable. During a staff meeting at the Carter Center, he didn't think twice when a staff member brought up her interest in art history.
President and Mrs. Carter were sitting right here, and President Carter said, "Oh, well, you know, Mrs. Carter and I are going up to the High Museum this afternoon. Would you like to come along?" So that's an example of how engaged he's been with the Carter Center staff.
If the worm comes out of a joint, say in your knee.
It's Carter's persistence and tenacity, realizing disease eradication doesn't happen overnight. That's part of the legacy he leaves the center bearing his name.
Persisting with projects that are helping but slowly. Persisting with projects that can, when it's frustrating, when unexpected conflict has interfered with your effort and you haven't been able to help resolve it.
Carter's Nobel Peace Prize, serving as a constant reminder of the ideals and responsibility the center holds.
I really believe that he and Mrs. Carter have created the center and shaped it to reflect their values. So what I want to make sure is that we can always answer the question, is this a Carter Center project? Is this something that fits with the values and mission we have inherited?
I think we are all instilled with the values of President Carter, and we'll do our best to carry forward his legacy in that regard.
Thank you all.